Hey guys, it's Brandon Miniman from Techno Buffalo, and in this video we're going to unbox the Sprint 4G card. Sprint is the first carrier to have 4G service, and what that means is that if you plug in this device to your laptop or even your desktop, you'll get super fast download and upload speeds compared to 3G. We've been hearing about this technology. It's built off of WiMax for a while now, and it's finally here. It's deployed in about 15 cities. I live near Philadelphia, so I'm going to be able to get some 4G coverage, but over time it's going to be expanding to lots of other cities, just like their 3G coverage has. So let's open the box. Alright, and here we go. And, what is this? Personal wireless hotspot. We're going to look at that in a second. And then here comes the 3G card. So it looks like any USB dongle, really, any wireless 3G card you would get from AT&T or from Verizon, but it has the capability to also do 4G. If you don't have 4G in your area, it will just revert back to 3G. So while we're doing this, a note on speed. If you have a 3G card or you're using a 3G device, you'll get between 400 kilobits per second and 1.4 megabits per second download speed. On 4G, you will get from 3 to 6 megabits per second down, which is almost as fast as plugging in to a standard cable modem running on a wired configuration. So that's really fast speeds. So let's take a look at what's inside the box here. Presented quite nicely in the center of sort of a interesting checkered texture. We'll take a look at that in a second. Get started and accessories. Okay, little foam insert. And we have a mini CD to set up the drivers. We have a little chamois to clean. Oh, it's actually a little case for the 4G card. We've also got, it looks like a, I don't know what this is. We're going to have to talk about what all this stuff is. Some connectors. This is probably for use with a desktop, so you can actually anchor it to the wall and have it use, up in a high place for an antenna. And then we have some manuals. Let's take a closer look at this 4G card. It's quite small, and it should fit quite nicely onto any size laptop. And it looks like this just swivels out. We're going to have full speed tests and comparisons coming up in the next few videos. We're really curious to see how fast the true upload and download speed is of this 4G network and how good the coverage is here in Philadelphia. Let's take a look at this other device, which actually looks like a MiFi, but the idea is that you plug in the 4G card to this device and you get a 4G Wi-Fi. For those of you unfamiliar, the Wi-Fi pulls down cellular data and spits out Wi-Fi. So if you're in the car or you are at the park, you can actually create a wireless hotspot right there and have multiple people connect with their laptops or other devices that use Wi-Fi. So pretty neat product here. So there it says, create a secure Wi-Fi hotspot in seconds. I wonder how bulky this is going to be. Quick start guide. Here is some power. It runs on batteries. Let's see how big this battery is to get an indication of sort of how long it'll last. It is 1800 milliamp hours, which is pretty good for a device of this type. And here is the device itself. Alright. So pretty small, not as small as the MiFi. The MiFi is extremely tiny. Nice reflective coating here, and of course the idea is that you take your 4G card and plug it right into here, and then within seconds you have Wi-Fi on 4G speeds. It's actually called the Wi-Pipe instead of the MiFi. Pretty cool. It's where the battery goes. A little bit more bulky than the MiFi. And finally, I just want to plug this into my netbook to see how much it protrudes. So we'll put it over here, and as expected it comes out a few inches, but that's really the average size of a device of this type. So a word on cost. This cost $0 after a rebate. If you don't sign up for a new service plan, it's $130. The service plan costs $59.99 per month, and that will let you use the 4G or the 3G service, and it only allows you for 5 gigabytes of data transfer. And that may not seem like a lot, if you're doing a lot of streaming video, you probably want to wait until you're in a Wi-Fi hotspot to do that. But if you're doing a lot of emailing, a lot of stuff on Google Docs, just checking out some websites, the standard website with some pictures, the blog-style website, that is actually enough. And you'll be surprised at how far that takes you. So we've got a lot more coming up on the Sprint 4G card. We're going to see how fast this actually is. And we're going to test this interesting Y-pipe device to see how well it works in turning 4G into Wi-Fi. We'll be back soon with more.